If you love to work in a fast-paced environment with a talented team of people, here's a tip. Consider a career as a restaurant manager. I'm Viviana.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful restaurant.
Do you want to come in?
Yes, show me around.
I'm Angela Lowen. I'm the restaurant manager at the Wild Apple here in Kelowna, BC. I come in, I check the schedule, make sure I've got all the proper staffing on, check reservations, things like that, just make sure that if there's any special events, my staff and the kitchen staff know what's going on. From there, I basically just help with service, making sure standards are always fulfilled and always met. Staying on top of inventory, I need to be on point with all upcoming trends, with new alcohols that are coming out, new cocktails that are happening. You always keep track of what is sold and you reorder what is sold and what is sold successfully. You don't want too much sitting on your shelves, taking up valuable real estate. Important skills are you need to direct and delegate as well as take on responsibility for yourself. Using people's strengths and weaknesses is a big part of the job. Not everybody is the strongest at, say, large parties, that sort of thing. So you pick and choose the right people to do certain jobs. When I was in university, we did quite a few projects and groups and things like that. And by default, I always ended up sort of being the leader or the project manager of the group. So with that, I was able to realize that I did a good job managing people and picking out people's strengths and weaknesses. So from there, a management role just became natural. I went to BCIT and I took the marketing and business course there. It was a 2-year diploma, and I also took my sommelier, and I wanted to learn a lot more about wine, and it's definitely helped me get to where I am. It's not something you necessarily need, but it's an asset to have. Some key things that are important: serving it right is very important. Food safe is also a necessity. First aid helps quite a bit too. To have that behind you will help on the resume too. Social skills are a big part of the day. I try to get to every table and talk to each guest and just make sure that they're enjoying their experience. This is a good example of a bill that needs some extra care and attention. We have allergies on it as well as modifications.
Yep.
Let's go.
Okay, carrot brie soup, gluten allergy.
It's this guy right here, no bread.
Okay, no bread on the carrot soup. Then we have seafood chowder. That must be this guy.
Yep, let's go fast. We got people waiting. I usually put in quite long hours, 10 to 12-hour days on average. In the summertime, you're here on the floor helping the guests, and then in the winter time when it's a little bit quieter, I'm usually doing a little bit more office work and getting the training manuals organized and trying to get prepared for the next season. For me, the most rewarding is when guests get engaged here and then they come back on their first anniversary. That, to me, there's nothing more special than being a part of someone's history and being a part of someone's life. I've watched hostesses grow up to become amazing servers, and just the whole family dynamic that restaurants have between front of house and back of house. Being able to meet people, enhance their day, enhance their family time together. Verbal and nonverbal communication is huge. There's a lot of times where you just look across the room and you make eye contact with a server and they need to know exactly what you're thinking and exactly what you expect them to do. You need to be able to have that skill, and even verbal communication, when you have an expectation of somebody and you have a standard that needs to be met, you need to be able to articulate and communicate it to them so that they understand.
Angela, I noticed that you also have server duties in addition to your managerial duties. How does that work?
Yeah, well, to be a manager, you have to be very willing to be hands-on, and no job is below you. So you polish glasses, bus tables, you'll take orders if need be, whatever you need to do for the success of the guest. Someone in my position has endless opportunities. They can go work for companies that do our point of sale. They can work for the companies that do the reservation systems, programming, working for hardware or software. You can become a wedding planner or event organizer. You could do sales and marketing after this. You could just become GM of a restaurant or even a resort if that's your passion. It's very rewarding in watching the fruits of your labor go through, instilling training and standards for people, seeing success and happiness with your guests.
To summarize, some of the skills you'll need include motor coordination, manual dexterity, verbal and written comprehension. You'll also need to be social, directive. You'll usually require 1 to 2 years of post-secondary education. The average salary can range from $11,000 to $33,000 per year. The future outlook for this job is promising, as employment is increasing in the coming years, and the unemployment rate is expected to decrease. Well, thank you so much, Angela. I had a great time following you today.
My pleasure.
Once again, this is Career Trek, and I'm Viviana reminding you that this career could be yours. See you next time.